might have noticed there's been a lot of chat lately about vaping.
Rishi Sunak is to announce plans to ban the sale of disposable vapes.
I'm Jordan North, a presenter and podcaster.
Why have you changed the script?
I'm also a vapor. And I'm starting to wonder if it's time I packed it in. Vapes have helped me cut back on the cigs, but I'm starting to hear horror stories about their impact on our health. And seeing stuff to make your stomach churn online.
No, that's pretty shocking.
It's time I found out exactly what I'm sticking in my mouth.
Trent Stanners, the black market for us is probably as big as it's ever been.
Is vaping bad for you?
Let's go, let's go, let's go. So that's the capacity of your lungs. You are a bit lower than someone that do not smoke or vape.
And if so, will these new laws sort the problem?
We think that it'll just push step further into the black market.
How do vapes even work?
That is strong, innit?
What's in them?
These are not regulated the same way that compliant vapes are.
And what are they doing to our insides?
It's actually changed my whole life, but not for the better. It's affected everything I can do.
So many questions. Now I need some answers. It's time I found out once and for all, should I be vaping or not?
I started vaping to help me come off the cigarettes. I smoke a lot less now, about 5, maybe 6 cigarettes a day. As soon as I get in, I pretty much start vaping when I'm making my tea, and mainly when I'm sitting around and watching telly. When you go into a shop now, you just see all the vapes, all the different colours, all the branding. It's like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. And sometimes you don't even go on the flavour. You just go on how cool they look, which sounds pathetic. Everybody said it's healthier, it's better than the cigarettes. But now, there's loads of conflicting views and reports, and you see stuff in the papers and online.
Because there's so many of them, I've no idea if all vapes are the same. Are some good, some bad? Who knows? And I'm pretty sure I ain't the only clueless vapor out there either. In 2023, researchers found out that 1 in 7 18 to 24-year-olds were using the disposable kind of vapes. And half of that lot had never smoked cigarettes before.
I started vaping about 2020 and I've become addicted ever since. When I have drink, I crave for it.
I'm 17, just about to turn 18. I've seen loads of like minors, 10-year-olds walk around streets with vapes, the bright colours, the sparkles, like the lights on them, the flavouring. It just draws me more.
I'm spending 50, 60 pounds a week on vapes. It's really just not good. Like, there's no easy way of going about stopping it, do you know what I mean? It's a habit.
I've travelled to the northeast to see if other vapors are as confused as me.
Hi guys, thanks for taking time out to do this. Fellow vapors. Right, I don't know anything about vaping at the moment. Do any of you know what's actually in a vape?
No.
Same.
I've got a clue.
Do you know the good, bad for you? What would you say?
You get told through word of mouth that they're bad for you, so no one actually knows if they are bad for you or not.
The main thing I want to know personally, and I feel like everyone else would want to know, is like the actual stuff in it and the actual effects it has.
Everything that goes in it, the toxins, I feel like we should know what we're putting in our body.
Do you think some vapes are good, some are bad, or they're all the same?
But I feel like the ones with the most like puffs, like 3,000 puffs, I feel like they're worst ones.
You can buy ones for £9, 15,000 puffs and that. Do you know what I mean? But like, it's the risk you're gonna take. Like, what is in that for it to be that cheap? Like, where are they getting them from that cheap as well to make a profit? Do you know what I mean?
There's a big question mark around where they're coming from. Who's even making them? Do you know?
Yeah, no, I couldn't even tell you.
It's no surprise people don't know what to think anymore. In 2015, Public Health England said vapes were 95% safer than smoking. Now, the government say vapes still play a role in helping adults quit cigarettes, but the long-term health impacts are unknown. And they want to tackle a rise in youth vaping. So they're going to ban disposables. It's all a bit of a mess. I'm going to get my head down, do some research, and try to make sense of it all. But first, the basics. I've come back to my old uni, disguised as someone who knows what they're doing. A bit like when I was doing my degree. So Stephen here can tell me what's inside my vape.
I use some of these disposable vapes, and I have no idea how they work or what's inside them. So I'm hoping you could show us today.
We've got one here as an example, which we can pull apart. So we've got the battery. We can see just inside this cap, there's a little switch which detects when you're drawn in breath, so that your breath activates the vape. There's a little coil of wire, really thin. Now, around that coil, you've got this spongy wick material, and that would be saturated with your vape and e-liquid. But the actual vaporization is occurring in the center and then leaving the top from the mouthpiece.
It is so basic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell me a bit more about the liquid.
So you've obviously got nicotine, and the two of the main components are going to be propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin.
Stephen tells me that propylene glycol and glycerine are found in loads of foods, and that's not a problem. But we're not eating them, we're inhaling them.
So now you've got chemicals which don't normally end up in your lungs, getting into your lungs. And there are some short-term studies which suggest that there might be things like inflammation in the lungs caused by inhaling these types of chemicals.
And Stephen's not done yet. Apparently, there's a load more ingredients and chemicals in a vape than what it says on the packaging. Lovely. Stephen's taken my legit buy it in any supermarket kind of vape that me and loads of my mates use.
Just a drop
in the vial, yeah.
And he's going to tell me exactly what's in the liquid.
Oh, that is strong, isn't it? So these spikes are all individual different substances that's in the vape I use?
So these are all to do with flavour enhancement, but it gives you an indication of the sheer number of compounds which are present in this vape. If we were to list every single chemical in the vape, we would probably find hundreds of thousands.
All those chemicals going into my lungs. I'll be honest, it does set alarm bells ringing for me.
That is mad, because I just thought it was flavoured water.
Yeah.
And a bit of air.
Yeah.
OK, so that's what's inside my legal vape. But I've been reading that 1 in 3 vapes are actually dodgy, as in illegal to sell in the UK.
I want to know a bit more about these illegal vapes. How many are out there, and if they're illegal to sell, how easy is it to buy them?
I've come back to London to find out. Legal vapes were designed to stop us getting too much nicotine in one go. So, they can't have more than 2 millilitres of liquid inside them, and no more than 20 milligrams of nicotine per millilitre. Basically, it means a legal vape will have around 600 to 800 puffs in it, and roughly the same amount of nicotine as 20 to 40 cigarettes. These illegal ones can have loads more liquid in them. Thousands of puffs and the same amount of nicotine as hundreds of cigarettes. And some have even more nicotine than the legal limit.
Hey, you all right? Let's have a look. No, so you've only got the 600 one? I went in and I pretended that that wasn't what I wanted. So then he took me into a back room, and there was a huge stock room. There were thousands of them, loads and loads of these vapes. That was surprisingly really easy. This one is 9,000 puffs. The tank size is 18 millilitres. That's about 300 cigarettes. But this one, it's 6,000 puffs. It's 12 millilitres, but it's 5% nicotine. More than double the legal amount.
Nicotine is crazy addictive, and withdrawal symptoms are pretty grim. I've read studies that say it could actually be harmful for young brains.
This is pina colada flavour, and who doesn't love a pina colada? They all look legit as well.
Altogether, I went into 5 shops, all close by, and was offered loads of illegal vapes. I know now what's inside my legal vape, but, dare I ask, what are in these dodgy ones? To find out, I need another sexy science coat.
I've been in school.
And a different scientist.
There's a huge market for illegal vapes. It's quite an epidemic at the moment.
Interscientific tests thousands of illegal vapes seized from around the country.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is where all the magic happens.
And Tom here has agreed to share some of their findings with me.
The illegal vape products have higher levels of nicotine, they have high levels of metals, and they have high levels of carbonyls as well. The carbonyls, for example, they're formed when the liquid is heated up. These can include formaldehyde, acetaldehyde, acrolein, and what these are potentially carcinogenic substances.
Right, what he's saying is, when the vape's liquid is heated up to create the vapour we breathe in, these carbonyls appear, and that's not good. Over time, they can actually damage your DNA, and that can lead to cancer.
The carbonyls are more prevalent in illegal vapes than they are in legal compliant vapes.
And that's not all. Tom's got some brand new data for me. In a recent test, 29% of the illegal vapes had lead in them. Lead.
Lead is actually a toxic chemical, so having any amount of it in your body is not great.
In fact, the World Health Organization says high levels of lead exposure in young people can actually affect brain development. Tom says it's rarely found in legal vapes, but might be used to hold the parts together inside a dodgy one. And he's not finished yet.
Over time, cheaper elements that are used to make the coils, they can possibly degrade, and the heavy metals then go into the liquid, which goes into the vapor, which goes into your body.
Tom reveals more exclusive data to me. 87% of some of the illegal vapes they've tested had high levels of nickel. Nickel is a metal, and prolonged exposure to it can be harmful to your health.
That's pretty serious, isn't it?
What people don't know is these are not regulated the same way that compliant vapes are. And while they think they're getting a better deal for the money, they're getting a worse deal for the body.
I thought about buying vapes with zero nicotine in them before, but Tom's got bad news about the dodgy versions of those too.
Of the 0% nicotine vapes that have been sent to us by trading standards, about 35% of those actually had significant amounts of nicotine in.
I mean, that is dark.
Some of them even had up to 20 milligrams per milliliter of nicotine in them.
That's the max amount of nicotine allowed in any legal vape.
If someone's trying to wean off nicotine by having a 0% vape, they think they're not getting nicotine, but really they're getting quite a large dose of it, then that could potentially harm them in the long term.
These illegal vapes sound genuinely dangerous. And as most people won't be aware of that, we really need to get them off the streets. And that's the job of trading standards, who protect consumers from unfair or illegal business activities.
Where do you want me?
You just hop in the back.
Right.
Paul and Connor are heading out to raid some local shops they suspect are selling dodgy vapes.
Would you say there's a lot of illegal vapes on the market at the moment then?
The black market for us is probably as big as it's ever been.
I found out that over 45 million dodgy vapes are thought to be sold in the UK every year, worth around £300 million.
It's a pretty lucrative market for the people trying to sell them. Yeah, they are absolutely everywhere.
And Paul proves his point in just our second shop of the day.
Train standards.
Have you found some?
We have it. What's in this backpack?
And this isn't the first time this shop's been caught.
There's only a very few shopkeepers that will actually take the advice and stop selling the illegal vapes.
Trading standards don't have the power to give on-the-spot fines to dodgy vape sellers at the moment. Paul says about 1 in 3 successful raids in Newcastle involve repeat offenders.
What would happen to those people that were selling them?
Often it's quite hard to even get a case ready for a prosecution.
There are other methods of enforcement, but criminal prosecutions of shop owners appear to be rare countrywide. We contacted 100 councils, and of the 81 that replied, only 95 businesses were recommended for prosecution in 2023. And only 41 were known to have received a fine.
That's what we call a big vape, one of the dodgy ones.
The government say they're going to give trading standards the power to dish out fines. But if there's a decent profit to be made, will the fine be big enough to stop people doing it?
They're looking in every nook and cranny.
Hi, mate. Trading standards. Do you want to come from behind the counter, please? It's trading standards.
You got any dodgy vapes in here? Yes?
Yep, tons. Haven't you? They're illegal vapes, aren't they?
Oh, wow. There is so many. The lads have said there's thousands and thousands of pounds worth of illegal vapes here. Even though these are all illegal, the packaging looks legit. They all look above board, and nobody really knows the difference between them.
See you soon. See today, it's only just been like 4 or 5 shops where we've got results there.
I can't get over that.
There's probably another 50 or 60 shops we could have done today. This is just us in Newcastle. There's the same work's been done across the region, across all of England and Scotland, Wales. It's just massive for everybody.
After my day with Paul and Connor, we reached out to more than 80 different councils, and altogether, the amount of vapes they've seized has gone up by around 1,000% in the last 2 years. Maybe they're just getting better at finding them, but whatever the reason, it's obvious we've got a massive problem with dodgy vapes. But how are the shops getting hold of them in the first place?
Oh, no.
There's so many different brands, it's hard to pinpoint precisely who's making the illegal ones. But I found some videos on social media that may give us some clues, and possibly bellyache.
So this lady in the factory is taking a puff on a load of vapes. You could call it quality control, but I don't think that's how it's done. This is even worse. This is a group of factory workers sucking on all the vapes. And I don't know if they're trying to see if they work or they're just doing it a bit like when Ariana Grande decided to lick a donut. That's pretty shocking that somebody else could have had the mouth around it.
We can't verify the authenticity of these videos, which brands of vape these are, or what factories they were filmed in. But that's the problem. The supply chain of vapes illegal to sell in the UK is really murky. So, how easy is it to get hold of them if you're just a little corner shop? There's tons of UK-based dealers playing Pablo Escobar with dodgy vapes. In fact, we found 70 different websites selling them online. Some offering next-day delivery.
If you want illegal vapes, it's very, very easy to find them.
And it's made me think. The new laws coming down the line for legal vapes are to try and stop young non-smokers getting hooked on nicotine. That I understand. But what's being done about these dodgy ones? They could be really harmful to our health. More than 2/3 of young people who vape use disposable devices. And the government plan on banning these to reduce usage amongst children. If anyone knows how this might play out, it's our friends down under.
How's it in Australia? I bet you the weather's better than it is here.
Nice and warm at this time of the year.
Jodie is a chemical toxicologist, a fancy way of saying someone who studies how chemicals might harm us. She tells me that Australia have already introduced laws making vapes only available to cigarette smokers with a prescription.
Would you say these new tough laws have worked?
Unfortunately, that hasn't really changed the uptake of vaping amongst young people. There's this black market where we have these nicotine-containing disposable e-cigarettes being sold directly over the counter.
So, just like we're set to do in the UK, in early 2024, Australia completely banned disposable vapes as well. But Jodie's not convinced this will stop young Aussies from vaping.
We think that it'll just push steps further into the black market, where things will still be sold, probably still over the counter. People will still be importing stuff from overseas. But we also don't know the kind of chemicals that are being put into some of these banned e-cigarettes.
This all sounds horribly similar to the problem we already have with illegal vapes in the UK. If we ban disposable vapes, but don't get rid of the dodgy ones, are more people going to end up turning to those and puffing on the dangerous stuff inside them? Everything I found out about illegal vapes is quite the horror story. I use legal vapes, so are they risk-free?
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Stacey Dooley never had to do this.
Same pace. Keep going, keep going.
Max has given me exclusive access to the UK's first ever study into the long-term effects of vaping on our vascular health. Which, to you and me, means your heart and blood vessels.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. 3, 2, 1, stop. Good one. So that's the capacity of your lungs. You are a bit lower than someone in the same age that do not smoke or vape. You are a bit lower compared to them. Studies have shown that lung function can be impaired because of vaping, so that could be a reason.
Not the best news I've ever had. Next is seeing if the blood's flowing through my vessels properly.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh. It's got a grip. Reminds me of an ex.
All joking aside, if vaping does harm our vascular health, we need to know.
A bad artery means that there is a high risk of cardiovascular events in the future.
Cardiovascular event, what's that? That's a heart attack?
Heart attack, death, stroke, heart failure, any cardiovascular disease.
Max's study will compare the blood vessels of 60 vapers, cigarette smokers and non-smokers over a 15-month period.
What do you think we'll find in the end when you've done your study?
What I could expect is that those who doesn't vape or smoke at all will have good blood vessel, good fitness. Those who smoke will have the worst fitness and blood vessel quality. I'm expecting that those who vape will be in the middle of it.
Right now, the science says vapes are better for your health than cigarettes, but Max's study will reveal if there's still a negative impact on our vascular system from vaping. And the signs aren't good for the first vapor taking part in the trial.
The early result we've got is that vaping and smoking show an impairment of the blood vessel quality.
If even the scientists don't know how bad vaping is for our health yet, how am I supposed to decide whether I should still be doing it or not? Sometimes you've just got to talk to the man on the street, or in this case, a woman in the park. I'm on my way to Essex to meet Gemma. She thinks her personal experience with vaping might enlighten us. And, en route, I've time to read a new report.
This is pretty big.
It's been published by the World Health Organization.
It says e-cigarettes as consumer products are not shown to be effective for quitting tobacco use at the population level. Instead, alarming evidence has emerged on adverse population health effects. Kids are being recruited and trapped at an early age to use e-cigarettes and may get hooked to nicotine.
Based on all the research they've seen, they say urgent action is needed to control e-cigarettes, aka vapes, to protect children as well as non-smokers and minimise health harms to the population.
This is pretty damning.
E-cigarettes, vapes, whatever you call them, have probably saved the lives of some tobacco smokers who've switched over. But this respected organisation are now saying that when they're used by non-smokers, they could cause serious health issues.
Nice to meet you, Jordan.
Gemma.
Gemma's only my age, but has been using vapes, the legal and illegal ones, for around 10 years. She might be the closest I can get to a long-term study into their effects on our health.
I think it's actually changed my whole life, but not for the better. It's affected everything I can do, even walking. I get out of breath.
So this walk now, a stroll, can affect your health? We can go in and get a cup of tea if that's easier.
That'd be great, please.
Yeah, should we do that?
Gemma was a light smoker who turned to disposable and refillable vapes to get off the cigs.
It got to I was vaping all day, every day. Like, I'd go in my car, and if I haven't got my vape, first thing I do in the morning, where's my vape?
Even though she had mild asthma, she was always in pretty good health. Then, a year ago, she noticed something was up.
I started getting shortness of breath. I was coughing up, like, green phlegm. It was worrying, so I phoned the doctor, but they just said to me I had a chest infection.
And things went from bad to worse.
And then I started vomiting blood. I was, like, choking on my own sick. So we had to call an ambulance. I was diagnosed with COPD, which is a lung disease.
COPD is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, a serious lung condition that causes breathing difficulties.
The doctor has said it could be from the toxic chemicals from the vaping.
One study I found says it's possible a person who vapes but never smokes cigarettes is 75% more likely to contract a lung disease like COPD compared to a non-vaper.
I just feel like that my body is of like a 70 to 8-year-old person.
What does all this mean for your health in the future?
There's no cure. It's basically a terminal illness, but it don't mean that you're gonna die within the next year. Like, I could live up to 20 years.
How does that make you feel?
I just feel sorry for my children that in 20 years I may not be here, or I may not be there for their children.
Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best in the future, and I hope you can get on top of everything.
Thank you.
We don't know for sure yet what the long-term effect of vaping will be on our health. So we can't say 100% that Gemma's COPD is down to the vapes. But
she thinks that long-term vaping has probably had a real serious impact on health. Instead, it's limited her life expectancy, which is like really close to home for me because we both vape and we're the same age. So that's like really serious. Yeah. Should we be vaping? I mean, we clearly shouldn't be using these illegal vapes that are on the market and easy to get hold of. The legal vapes, you know, the jury's out.
despite everything I've learned, there's still a lot of unknowns. Vapes may be better than cigarettes, but we still can't be sure how they impact our health. I do know the risks feel pretty real for me right now, though.
I really don't want to be vaping any longer. I don't want to be glued to this little stick in my hand, vaping in 10 years' time. I think long-term, it is going to affect you. Overall, it's probably better to just pack them in.